Are you like me and just leave your rods laying around wherever you can find a place to put them out of the way? Well, I got something in today that I hope will fix that problem. Looking at the WIPHANY steel fishing rod racks. Let's see, it's got some PVC. Okay, these are made to go around the, let's get the rest of it out. Got your PVC. We got our mounting screws, and we have the rod racks. As you see, this PVC is to go right here. That's to keep from scratching your rods. Comes with 4 of these. So I'm going to get these mounted on the wall, and we'll take a look at it. Keep in mind, you can mount these on the ceiling also, but where I have to put them, they're going to go on the wall. Let's go get it done. Now I'm going to put mine right up here on the wall like that, but I just thought about it. I'm going to go ahead and put these PVC pieces in. You can do it after you mount it if you would like, but I just think it might be easier to just go ahead and cut them, get them put on there before you get it up there on the wall. So I'm going to do that right quick. I'll be right back. I'm going to take a quick little break of doing these and give you a little hint. Cut these about 1.5 inches long. Get one corner on there, get the other corner on there, and then you can just kind of push it down. Wiggle it around and push it down. I will cut these about 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches. I cut some a little too long and I cut them in half. That's why some of these are a little shorter. But the longer they are, the harder they are to get in that. So it kind of tells me why they're not already on here. They're not real easy, but if you get them cut a little shorter, they're easier to work with. Remember, put this corner on, then you can push it down easier. All right, I got all this plastic tubing put on here. I would not advise putting the brackets up on the wall and then putting these on. I'd advise cutting these and putting them on first. Just my opinion. Now, what I plan to do is I've got my longest rod and I've got my shortest rod. That way I can kind of get an idea of where I'm going to place these. Now you can probably just measure it and put them up there and be good. Me on the other hand, I want to physically see it before I really get these mounted good. So we'll get these mounted up on the wall and then we'll take a look at it. They're pretty good. They're nice and heavy. They're not flimsy, that's for sure. They are metal, and got your little screw holes. We'll put that up there. Let's get it done. Another thing, when you are putting these plastic things on, make sure you don't get that flipped upside down on the next one and putting it down here. So make sure if you're going to hang it like this, make sure that you get them all on the bottom down here. But I'm hanging them like this, so just FYI. Now, let's get this rod up here. What I'm noticing though is I planned on putting it there, but obviously you can't, your rod's going to hit down there. This is a 2-piece rod, and that won't go in that opening right there. You can see that opening right here, but it will go in like that. Want to put the one with the opposite, notice these are opposite. This is a round circle on the top, and this one is the hook kind. You want to be sure and put the hook kind on one end and the round hole on the other, because the end of your rod tip, you can slide it in here, be like that. You don't want to make a match where, basically hole to hole. You wouldn't want to do that. Put them opposite. The hole on one side and the hook on the other. But in this case, this rod, 6'6", so I'm going to have to go above the door with this one. Let's see how short a rod works. I'm hoping y'all are able to see what I'm doing here. Try to save y'all a little bit of trouble. And your shorter rods, this is a 5'6". No, this is a 6-foot rod. Maybe this one's a 7-foot, because this is certainly a lot longer. Quite a bit of difference. This is a 7-foot rod, not a 6'6". It's a 7-foot rod. This one's a 6-foot rod. So the 6-foot rod will go where I was going to put it, but if you have longer rods, you're going to have to offset these, which is my situation. So, with that being said, take this. Like I said, this is a 7-foot rod. We'll go ahead and put that in there, because we'll have the hook end on the other end down there, so we'll be able to slide that in there. Make sure you get it far enough away from your wall, if you're up against the wall like we are, that you can slide that out. And that's how you're going to get that out. You're going to have to slide it out. We're just going to put it right along that seam right there. That put up there. We'll get that side put up, and then we can put in the other end. There's one end. We'll get the other end put in down there. And like I was saying a while ago, we have the circle end on the top up there. So we're going to want the hook end on the top on our other end down there. And we don't have to go all the way to the wall. We can go, I tell you what, we can go ahead and put our rod up there, get a little better idea of how we're going to, or not how, but where we're going to put the other bracket. Like I said, as long as we got room to slide it out, that'll work. So really, anywhere in here will work, if you can see that. Since that one went all the way to the ceiling, we will put this one all the way to the ceiling. And once we have that up there like that, then we can just take it and drop it like that. And there we have it, our bracket over here and our bracket over there. Now we'll be able to, of course, you know, to get them up out of the way, you're gonna have to put it up high. Now keep in mind, you can put these on the ceiling this way. But since I had the wall space right here, I elected to just do it this way. Take the rod, put it in there, take that in, drop it right there. There you go. Kind of putting it in a bow. Now something I just discovered, I put that in down there, but it makes your rod bow. I don't want that rod in too much of a bow all the time. So I'm gonna move this down. I'm doing this so y'all won't have to, and you kind of learn from my mistakes here. That's much better. That don't have that bow. A while ago, if you can see that, where I had it, see how that rod's bowing? You don't want that. Take that bracket and move it down here. Then you don't have that bow in there. Be much better, and you can still get it in and out. And you could actually probably go up to there. But we're going to split the difference. We're going to go right in the middle. How's that? Just make sure you don't have a bow in your rod. Now if you're working with a smaller area and you have a two-piece rod, you can fix this up to where you could hang both pieces, your main shaft up on the top, and then your extended second piece on the second row. Just FYI. Let's get this put in right there. Now let's put that rod up there and see if we got much of a bow. Like I was saying earlier, the main thing, make sure you have enough clearance on that end so your rod tip's not right up against and hitting on something. No, just my opinion. That's my longest rod, and this is my shortest rod. Like that. There you go. Easy peasy. Out of the way. Not going to be getting stepped on or broke or whatever. Now if you have more rods, you could come down here and put that one there and your other piece right there. Let's get it filled up and see. I've actually got 3 more rods in storage, but for the rods I have here, this might work. But let me go get them. We'll get them put up here and we'll see. If I did have them other brackets up here, wouldn't have to be so crowded. We're gonna go ahead and put the other brackets up here. I'm gonna put this one, I'm gonna go ahead and put it just right below that. Keep them in line, and we'll put the other one right here. I'm gonna have to move that over a little bit. That door's gonna be opening, so our rod tip can't go past that. Otherwise, it's gonna be hitting that door. That ought to work right there. But you won't be able to do that because it would be hitting there. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. I got them all up there, or at least the rod and reels that I have here. I have more. I can get the rest of these spots filled up. But for now, this works great. All the rods are up off the ground, out of the corners. Don't have to worry about them getting stepped on, knocked over, and having to move them from here to move them there and moving them all around to get them out of the way. Because right here, they are out of the way. It's a definite plus. I like this.